What is going on, Kane Sport, and welcome to another installment of Inside the Lines. Today, we have a special guest in the latest 2024 commit to the Miami Hurricanes class, in offensive lineman Deryc Plazz out of Duval County. So, without further ado, let's bring on Deryc Plazz.
What's going on?
What's going on, Deryc? How's everything going? Thank you for joining us on Inside the Lines today.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Sure, with you, man. Obviously, just committed to the University of Miami, Rock of the Year right now. Just how does it feel to be a Hurricane?
Feel amazing to be a Hurricane. These past few days, waking up a Cane been a blessing.
That's awesome. And then with you, when you told the coaches, "Hey, I want to commit to Miami, I want to be a Cane," what was their reaction? How'd that all go down?
They're fired up. So I told all the offensive line guys as a group, and the excitement just went through the roof. Everybody was excited. I told them about a week before, so they knew. So the whole week, they're like, bro, we can't wait for you to go public. So, yeah, the excitement level was through the roof. It was amazing.
Okay, and with you, just what made Miami feel like home? What made you want to commit to, Mario Cristobal and those guys?
It's just the guys that you have in his program as well as the place. You can't beat Miami. You can ball with everybody vacation. That's not an opportunity that you get everywhere. So then the fact I believe in Coach Cristobal, what he's gonna do here, and I believe in the coaches as well as the players that he's brought in, that we're gonna be able to win the national championship in the near future. And that's something I want to be a part of.
That's awesome. And then with you, when we spoke beforehand, you said, development was a really, really big thing for you. Just having a head coach that's an offensive lineman, just how cool is that for you? Having the top guy play that same position you play.
It's amazing. You don't go everywhere and the head coach play O line. So it's amazing having that here, as well as the guys that coach the O line. It's four guys that are great teachers, and also most of them, three of them have great. It's a lot of D1. They got D1 experience as players as well as coaching, and all four of them group have been great coaches. So four guys coaching you at all times, you don't have a choice but to develop and get better.
And then with Coach Mirabal being that head offensive line coach, obviously very energetic guy. Obviously, it's kind of funny. He's a small guy coaching the biggest guys on the field. Just what's your relationship like with him? What stands out about Coach Alex Mirabal? What makes him special?
I love Coach Mirabal. Our relationship is great. What makes him special is the fact that he's a teacher before a coach. So he's able to relay his information well. He loves football. Like on every visit, every time around him, he's chill. But when it's time to talk football, he's fired up. And I love that about him because it shows that he cares and he teaches the game with passion. He doesn't really care for all the extra stuff, like all the recruitment, hiring, anything. But when it's time to talk football, when it's time for him to teach you something, he's fired up and he's excited to do it. And that's something that I love about him.
Yeah, just with me being on campus and being around Coach Mirabal, he just seems so energetic all the time. And I always love to ask guys, how is he, talking to recruits and things like that. So that's good to hear. And then just kind of stepping away from football, obviously inside the lines, but we kind of want to get to know Deryc Plazz outside of football. So for you, who are you outside of football? What do you like to do when you're not playing ball and things like that?
Yeah, when I'm not playing football, I play basketball a lot, but now I'll just be looking for ways to better myself for reading, giving back to the community because that's something I'm really interested in doing. That was another reason I committed to Miami because the community service is second to none. That's something that Cristobal pride himself on doing. I know that's something I love to do because when you when you step out into the community that you're in and build it up, it also builds you up because it adds value to the place you're in as well as the people. So I can't wait to get down to Miami and start giving back to the community. That's something I'm very interested in doing.
That's really cool to hear. And then for you growing up, was football always a main sport for you? Or are there other things that you played too, while you were a kid?
Football was the main sport when I was little. So like probably up until I was like 12. Then in middle school, I didn't play football. I played soccer. My bad. In middle school, I played soccer and basketball. So that helps me move around a little bit. But yeah, but football was definitely always there. It was always something that I knew I loved.
That's pretty funny that you say, soccer and basketball back to football. Just do you think playing those sports kind of helped you on the football field? I know you're a big guy, but you move pretty well for your size.
Being an offensive lineman, soccer and basketball helped a lot. I feel like that's why I'm able to move the way I do because of those two backgrounds.
Okay. And then was there one moment for you, growing up or maybe in high school where you're like, all right, I'm really good at this football thing. I can take this far.
It was in high school because I came into high school like, oh, I'm not gonna play football no more. I'm just gonna play basketball. But my basketball coach made me play football, and then my first practice, I came late, like after summer workouts. I didn't go to none of that. So my first practice wasn't like the day after the first varsity game. So I was on JV. I played 2 games of JV, and I was starting on varsity the next week. So I was like, okay, I might be able to do something.
Oh,
Then I started gaining attention from D1 programs, and from there it would just start rolling.
that's pretty cool to hear. And then obviously, you playing in Duval, a lot of talent up there. Has there ever been, one guy that you match up against where you're like, okay, this guy's really good, or somebody that's really stood out to you that you played against up there?
It was when I was younger so far, Aaron Hester. Like Andrew Jackson, the competition is different from where I'm at now at Mandarin. But Aaron Hester was a dog. He played at Fletcher. He's at Florida State now. He gave me a little trouble.
And then just kind of sticking to the football thing, growing up, was there one player that you idolized or even now that you kind of model your game after, take a couple things from them?
Growing up, there wasn't, but now it's Trent Williams and Andrew Thomas because I feel like those are the best two guys right now. They play the game different from everybody else. They don't play it by the book of what people think of offensive lineman is. They play the game with swagger, and they also are really good at what they do.
Okay, okay. And obviously, what I like to do on this show, I do something called quick hits. So to kind of wrap up the show, 5 quick questions that's going to be rapid fire, ask and then you answer. So the first thing I'm going to ask, what are 3 things that you can't live without?
My mom, my family. I'm gonna say family because my mom, my sisters, family, God, and chicken wings. Love chicken wings.
Okay, okay. That leads to my next one. If there's one meal for the rest of your life, what would you eat?
Uh Probably chicken wings. Gotta eat them chicken. Yeah, I love
Okay.
chicken.
What's that side dressing or what's that dressing you put on the wings?
I'm a blue cheese guy. Buffalo and blue cheese. That's the go-to.
Okay, okay. And then before a game, what's that song you turn on to get in the right mindset, get you going, hyped up for the game?
Get Back by YTB Fat. It gets
Oh,
you going a little bit, turn you up a little bit. Then from there, you locked in, ready to go.
okay, okay. And then for you, if you could have dinner with one famous person, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
LeBron James, because I feel like he's the greatest athlete to ever live. Like I love the way he played basketball. He's great at that, but also just the things that he do off the court. Those are things that I want to do when I'm off the field. So just again, I love to pick his brain.
And then my last question, what is Miami getting in Deryc Plazz, and what's your message to the Canes fans watching this?
They're getting a dog, a guy that's gonna come in ready to work, hungry. I know we got great guys already there, so I know that's only the expectation is only gonna be higher. That's why I love. That's why I love about Miami was they brought in a great offensive line class last year. So that means that when I come in, I can't slack. I have to work and grind. So that they getting somebody that's gonna grind, bust their tail, and go hard for the University of Miami. My message to the Canes fan is we're gonna be back on top real soon, winning the national championship. The goal around Miami, and if you go in the building around the players, the goal is number 6. That's all we focus on. It's not about winning a couple games. No, it's winning the next national championship, and it's the plan is to do it very soon. I know we'll be able to achieve that with the people that Coach Cristobal is putting into the building.
That's awesome. Well, Deryc, it was a pleasure having you on. Thank you for joining. And everyone at home, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Inside the Lines. For Deryc Plazz, I'm Azubi Charles. Thank you all for watching.